Local productions seen on Delta College Public Media are made possible with support from viewers like you. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to Dateline Delta. I'm Paul Barbeau, Chair of the Delta College Foundation Board of Directors. On today's show, we'll visit the Dental Assistant and Hygienist program and meet Delta's newest Vice President. We will learn about the upcoming scholarship deadline, hear how a student is finding their way, the Delta way, and view the next episode of Perspectives with Dr. Gavin. To wrap up today's program, we will review MLK events and learn about campus safety here at Delta College.
What's the description for horn blend?
I'll come around and make sure you're all set up. Okay.
All right, so we're going to do a side-to-side anastomosis.
Associate in Arts.
The dental hygiene and dental assistant programs at Delta have been a leader in the region for over 40 years, boasting a 100% licensure exam pass rate and employment rate upon completion. To learn more about these outstanding programs, we met with Pam Livingston, Dental Assistant and Hygiene Program Coordinator.
The dental programs at Delta College have been around for about 40 years. We have about 60 students total in our dental assisting and dental hygiene programs. One of the questions I get frequently is how Delta College's dental assisting program is different from others. The program at Delta is accredited and you would become a registered dental assistant, which means you have expanded duties, which include placing fillings, creating temporary crowns, a lot of independent work in orthodontic offices, require an RDA licensing. We're one of only 5 in the state of Michigan that will lead to becoming licensed as an RDA, registered dental assistant. For our dental assisting program, we have 2 options. We have an associate's program. We also have the certificate program, which is a bit shorter. Either one of these programs will lead to licensing as a registered dental assistant in the state of Michigan. In our dental hygiene program, you will earn an associate's degree, and we work with other universities for degree completion for a bachelor's degree or a master's degree as well. Here at Delta, most of our instructors are Delta graduates and have many years of experience in the field. Here at Delta College, we have a simulation lab where students can learn the skills on fully equipped mannequins. This gives students a realistic experience while working on a mannequin before starting on patients. Our facility here at Delta College is state-of-the-art. We have the newest technologies. You'll be trained in everything you might see out in the dental field. Here at Delta, we're honored that we have 100% employment rate. Our students are employed throughout Michigan and across the United States. Here at Delta, we are very proud of our dental programs. Our dental assisting and dental hygiene grads are in high demand in our area and beyond. For more information, please visit the information on the screen.
Between work, family, taxi service, laundry, and everything else on your plate, you've got your hands full. At Delta College, we get that. And it's why we're here with classes around the corner at our centers in downtown Midland, Saginaw, and Bay City. Need even more flexibility? Delta offers hundreds of online classes and more than 15 fully online programs in fields like business, law enforcement, and health. Delta College offers the convenience you need to fit college into your life. This is college for the real world. Learn more at delta.edu.
Delta College recently appointed a new Vice President of Business and Finance. John Foco earned the spot after a successful working history with the college, in addition to his extensive experience in the financial sector. Let's learn more about John and his new role.
John, welcome to Dateline Delta. Could you tell us a little about your career and educational background?
I started off actually at a community college at St. Clair Shores, where I played baseball. I played there for a year, moved down to Jackson Community College, where I actually finished my AGS, played baseball there. Then 2 years I went to Cleveland State, where I actually played baseball too, and I graduated with my business administration degree. Came back home after graduating at Cleveland State, and then was fortunate enough to get an opportunity to be the business manager at Penn County Schools. So I was there for 5 years, got the opportunity to move on to Bangor, where it was bigger, more responsibilities, where I became the CFO there. Worked there for 5 to 6 years, and then then got recruited, I guess, somewhat by Sarah DeFrain over to Delta to be the director of business services. So I've been now at Delta for 6 years, or just under 6 years, and got my master's degree at Saginaw Valley during that time when I was at Bangor, and as an MBA, and then had a couple opportunities to do different leadership groups, and that's where I'm at this point in time.
And your title is Vice President of Business and Finance. Can you tell us some of the key responsibilities of that?
Yeah, key responsibilities, I guess, would be, making sure, obviously, the lights turn on every day. So I think that's the biggest portion of it. The budget, making sure that we go through our budget, our expenditures, overseeing facilities too. So we oversee the big portion of facilities, making sure that the students have an opportunity to learn here, be here, have a great environment. So I think that's a big point of really making sure that the college shines. And you talk to anyone in the community, you see, that's the first thing, like, oh, your campus is beautiful, and that's where we want to be. I also oversee all the purchasing contracts through business services, along with our public safety, and which is a variety of things. Obviously, safety comes first here at the college, so we have a great chief there, Robert, who does a great job of making sure we have a safe campus. So the big overall duties is making sure that we're financially, fiscally responsible for the college's money. So I think that's where it really comes down to is, they like to joke around. I like to say no a lot because I want to make sure that we are fiscally responsible and making sure that we are spending our funds in the right area.
And many of our viewers are taxpayers supporting the mission of the college. And so can you tell us some of the major sources of funding for the college, and perhaps if the college has like a philosophy about how, fiscal management?
Yeah, so we have 3 major sources of funding for us. So we get state appropriations, that's money that comes from the state. That roughly makes up about 34% of our budget. We have our tax dollars, that are millage. That's, again, another big portion. That's roughly about third, so that's about 30-some%. And then we have our tuition and fees that makes up the other 30-some%. So roughly they're about thirds of our big 3 is really what they are. So the tuition and fees, obviously, we try to make sure stay at a consistent level. We're not the highest in the state out of the 28 Michigan community colleges. But we want to make sure that we can provide our students with a great education at the lowest cost possible. And thank you for the taxpayers that agreed to do the millage. We did go back for the Headley. We did get some more millage money back for the Headley rollback. That's also helping with our money. So I think it's really important for us, and we do our philosophy. We really go into, for our tuition raise, we have cabinet meetings. We talk about it. How we're going to raise them. We don't want to put raising money to put it back on our students. So we don't want to raise our tuition too high to make sure that our students are funding what we're doing here. So I think it's really important for us to take that overall view and say, hey, okay, how can we cut costs to make sure that we're not raising our tuition? So really looking at it, and that goes back to our model on how we budget all items. So we review every year, we go through each line item pretty much of saying, okay, is there software costs that we can cut? Is there expenditures that we have to gain? And we push and pull a lot, and we're making sure that we have the right staffing. Are we overstaffed? Are we understaffed? Do we have the faculty, the adjuncts? I think it's very important that when we go through, it's a long process. It's about an 8-month process that we've started already for next year. But yeah, just to make sure that we are fiscally, I'm a resident here, I pay the same millage. I want to make sure that we're spending our money correctly, and I do take that to heart where I have family here, I've grown up here, so I want to make sure that we are spending our money correctly.
And you mentioned a little that you're started the process already for the next year's budget. Can you tell us how the strategic plan affects the budget?
Yeah, the strategic plan plays an important role. Obviously, with President Gavin coming in, he's really trying to streamline that strategic plan into our budget process. So it really factors on where we're trying to get our retention, our graduation rates at, where we want to spend our money. That strategic plan really filters into where the money's spent. So if you can't relate it to one of our pillars, that budget request won't come into it. So I think it's very important where now as the college, we are looking to see if that strategic plan is not aligning to aligning to our goals, or your budget request is not aligning to the goals, you're not getting the funding for it. I think before it used to be a little bit more where, yeah, you put in a request, sure, it depends on who looked at it, you got the money, but now it's really got to be dedicated to each one of our strategic pillars.
So can you tell us maybe what's on your to-do list or Delta College's to-do list for the upcoming year?
Yeah, so I think one of the biggest things for me right now is finishing our K-Wing project. So that is a big project that started back in 2017, and it's finally coming to fruition. So we're really starting to build into that. So I think knocking that out, and then once that K-Wing gets done, is moving on to our facilities master plan is the next big thing. So looking at, we had a company come in and give us our facilities master plan, where our next steps would be. So I think really looking at that functionality of it and then moving the college forward. And then obviously just streamlining our whole processes. So we have a lot of years of service in our business office. We have retirements coming up, and I think we're really trying to make sure we streamline our process and then moving different IT side of it to like the cloud and stuff like that. So really looking at our overall process to make sure we become more efficient.
And you mentioned the K-Wing. Can you tell us like what programs that house?
Yeah, so our K-Wing actually houses our computer science. So that's a big part of the industry now, especially with all the IT security stuff going on. So we really want to make sure we get that up to speed, get that going. We're looking, and hopefully that gets up and running by, I would say, September of 2025. That way we can make sure that we're top notch and our security side of it is going.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today.
All right, thank you very much, appreciate it.
One of the greatest needs many college students face is that of financial assistance. Delta College has many financial supporters who wish to help these students in the form of an endowed scholarship, creating a legacy that will last for decades to come. To tell us more about this aid for students, we spoke with Julie Dorsey, Foundation Manager.
When a student receives a Delta College Foundation scholarship, it more than doubles their chances of earning a degree or certificate. A grateful first-time scholarship recipient recently shared this message with us. I am so thankful for the opportunity to be in school and to be pursuing my dreams to make my future as bright as it can be. I can without a doubt say that if it weren't for the help of donors, there would be no way I could support myself throughout my academic career. Looking forward to the upcoming semester and working toward my degree. Last year, Delta College Foundation awarded over $1 million in scholarships. Thanks to your support, through telling students in your life to apply, volunteering to review applications online, becoming a scholarship donor, or any combination of these. Thank you. The return on your investment can be seen in the number of students who are excited to be filling our region's talent pipeline as professionals in healthcare, business, technical trades, arts and sciences, and countless other important roles that make a difference in their communities every day. There is still time to make a difference by encouraging anyone you know who may be thinking of attending Delta in fall 2025, and that includes you, to complete the straightforward online application no later than midnight, Thursday, February 1st. All applicants will automatically be in the running for all scholarships they qualify for, and there truly is something for everyone. These are outright gifts of money, not loans, from individuals, families, businesses, and organizations who love to see students succeed. Whether you are interested in applying or helping students, we would love to connect. Please visit the link on your screen or call the Foundation office at 989-686-9224 to get started today.
The next feature is on Jason Pringle, a two-time Foundation Scholarship recipient on track to become a nurse. At Delta, Jason has found a supportive community that has allowed his abilities to flourish. Let's hear more about Jason.
In high school, I really wasn't that good of a writer or a reader, but in college, I've really thrived, and that's because we have the Rich Center, and they give me different feedback, and it helps me become a stronger writer. You don't get that opportunity anywhere else because it's so big. It's like nobody knows nobody at other places, but here it's just like everybody really is a family because it's so small, and I feel like everybody knows each other, and I kind of like that.
Now it's time for the next installment of Perspectives, where Delta's president, Dr. Michael Gavin, shares a community college perspective on national topics in higher education.
Over half the students that come to Delta College seek ultimately to get a bachelor's degree. Many of them have certain mythologies in their mind prior to coming, such as that they need to transfer with only their general education credits prior to getting into their four-year. However, we found that most students benefit best from getting their associate's degree and then transferring, especially in a state like Michigan where transfer is not guaranteed unless you have what's called an articulation agreement or a transfer agreement between a two-year college and a four-year college. Delta benefits from having hundreds of transfer agreements with many different colleges, all four-year universities in the state and many outside of the state that offer guarantees not only for clean transfer, meaning all the credits you take at Delta will transfer to a four-year university, but also often some economic benefits for doing so. Even when those are not existent, it benefits students to come to Delta to get an associate's degree prior to transfer because you'll save upwards of $30, $40, sometimes $50,000 in tuition alone by getting your associates at Delta and then transferring. Many people, however, also don't know that you can take 3 years of your four-year bachelor's degree at Delta in partnership with many of the four-year partners that we have. For instance, we just signed what's called a 3+1 agreement with Central Michigan University and already have some existing with Ferris State as well as Davenport in the state. So we welcome you to come to Delta to experience that kind of economic and academic benefit. The best and most important thing for you to do is to meet with an advisor early on so that we can tailor your track and pathway to a bachelor's degree through Delta in a way that benefits you both academically and economically.
Dr. Angela Guy Lee, Associate Professor in Sociology, is this year's recipient of the Spirit of Martin Luther King Jr. Award. The award is sponsored by Delta's Black Faculty and Staff Association and is annually given to a college employee whose service to the institution and community exemplifies the spirit of Dr. King's work and values. To tell us more about this award, we spoke with Veronica Bond, Business Services Specialist and co-president of Delta's Black Faculty and Staff Association.
On behalf of Delta College Black Faculty Staff Association, we would like to congratulate Dr. Angela Guy Lee, Associate Professor in Sociology, as the winner of our 2025 Spirit of Dr. Martin Luther King Award. She was awarded this award because of her self-confidence, her determination, her work in the community. She embodies the spirit of Dr. Martin Luther King. On January 20th, at the Dow Event Center, the annual Unity Luncheon for Dr. Martin Luther King was held. Let's give a listen.
The recipient today, Dr. Angela Guy Lee, knows all about that. In fact, when I first came to Delta College, you were one of the first people that I spoke to at the faculty level. And one of the first things that she and I, along with Dr. Roberts, who is here, started to spearhead was the Saginaw Academy of Excellence, which raised the level of dual enrollment for Saginaw City school students from nearly 0 to a cohort of about 30 each year. And it's in its, I believe, 4th cohort, 3rd cohort. Those students are seeing a lot of success, not only at Delta, but moving on to significant institutions across the country, state, and matriculating at Delta as well. That all being said, I wanted to say to you all that we have a superstar here in Dr. Angela Guy-Lee, and more than happy to offer you this award. And so you can come on up here, but I am just thrilled to be able to offer this to you, Angela.
Thank you very much, Dr. Gavin. I would like to thank the members of Delta College's Black Faculty and Staff Association and the distinguished gentlemen of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated for honoring me with this award. I'd also like to thank all of you for gathering to celebrate Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy. I've thought about why this award means so much to me. When I think about Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy, I think about service and how he dedicated his life and ultimately sacrificed his life to advocate for humanity. Dr. King wrote, "Make a career of humanity. Commit yourself to the noble struggle for equal rights. You will make a better person of yourself, a greater nation of your country, and a finer world to live in." Thank you again for bestowing me with this incredible honor.
Once again, we'd like to congratulate Dr. Angela Guy-Lee for receiving the Spirit of Dr. Martin Luther King Award. February is Black History Month. We invite you to come and join us for many events that will be happening here on campus.
Between work, family, taxi service, laundry, and everything else on your plate, you've got your hands full. At Delta College, we get that. And it's why we're here with classes around the corner at our centers in downtown Midland, Saginaw, and Bay City. Need even more flexibility? Delta offers hundreds of online classes and more than 15 fully online programs in fields like business, law enforcement, and health. Delta College offers the convenience you need to fit college into your life. This is college for the real world. Learn more at delta.edu.
With increasing acts of violence at institutions across the country, Delta College has taken proactive measures to maintain high levels of safety for all 4 campuses. To hear more about these efforts, we spoke with Robert Battenkoff, Director of Public Safety.
Yeah, we here at Delta College Public Safety, our primary goal and mission is to make a safe learning environment for our students and a safe working environment for our staff and faculty. We have some important technological tools that help us accomplish our goal of safety here on campus. So we have door access control systems, card readers, video surveillance monitors, cameras throughout all of our campuses that really help us in maintaining that safe environment. And then on those rare instances when we do have an issue, provides us great assistance in investigating those. An important part of our safety overall plan here is then testing and drilling. How do we perform in an emergency situation? So we can test our ability to respond to a severe weather event or a fire event, and we have incorporated some lockdown drills to help us in the event that we had an armed intruder on campus or a situation in our community, our neighborhoods that created a danger. How quickly and efficiently can we protect against those things? How do our people respond, and then how do our systems work as well? So we test out our systems at the same time. We're constantly working at evaluating where we're at, evaluating where we need to be, and then finding paths forward to improve our systems and our capabilities. One of those things that you'll see here on campus, we're adding additional cameras, additional door access control. Those areas we've identified where we could use a little bit more coverage, either because they're more prone to having instances there or we didn't have sufficient coverage before. We're really excited about getting these new cameras in place because they've addressed some of the holes that we found in our old system. And as far as door access control, we're looking at some of our larger common areas where we would really like to have the ability to lock those areas down individually if we needed to. As I said at the beginning, our relationships are our most important component of our safety here at Delta College. Our staff, faculty, and students should feel free to reach out to us in person at Public Safety or by phone or email to me at any time with any questions, concerns, or suggestions.
Thank you to Mr. Battenkoff and Public Safety staff for your critical efforts to keep Delta students safe. Now, let's see what's on the Dateline Delta calendar of events.
The Delta College Planetarium will be hosting a series of shows during the month of February. For more information about these shows and events happening at the planetarium, visit their website at delta.edu/planetarium. Delta College has partnered with Great Lakes Bay Health Centers to bring convenient healthcare services to our students. Most insurances are accepted for services. A sliding fee scale is available if you are uninsured. The mobile medical unit will be in the F-Wing parking lot on Monday, February 3rd from 9 a.m. till noon. Delta College will be hosting 2 FAFSA workshops during the month of February. One will be held on February 12th from 3 till 5 p.m., and the second one will be held on Friday, February 28th from noon till 2 p.m. Both workshops will be held in room A135. Please bring yourself and a parent, social security number, driver's license or state ID, and 2022 and 2023 tax information. For further information on these events or other campus activities, contact the Office of Marketing and Public Information at 989-686-9490 or visit our website at www.delta.edu.
Well, that wraps up our show. Please join us again on February 23rd when we highlight what's happening here at Delta College, one of America's leading community colleges. Now I leave you with the sights and sounds of Delta College. For Dateline Delta, I'm Paul Barbeau. Thanks for watching.
Local productions seen on Delta College Public Media are made possible with support from viewers like you. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And make sure to click that bell icon to stay notified when we upload new content. Videos like this are only possible because of viewers like you. To help support this channel, click on the link in the description below. We'll see you next time.